All right, so now I'm going to begin the process of painting, adding some different colors to add, make the texture come out. I'm using some grays. I have a green. The green I don't really care for, but we'll start with the grays, and you can kind of see how it will bring out the texture in the. And it's basically a dry brush, but it's gonna. Not, I don't want to deposit a lot of color. I just want to kind of use this scrumbly brush and go over it. There may be a little bit of green in here, maybe. Have a little bit of this mossy, greeny, which is my favorite actually. It's called kiwi, but it'll go and that will bring out the texture in the bark, so it begins to actually look like a tree. And what I'm going to do once I finish all this, I will find some, probably add some small moss, different kinds of, maybe some reindeer moss, some different kind of organic materials to make it even look more like it's a tree stump out in the woods getting exposed. It's been exposed to the weather and whatever, but there's not a whole lot of technique other than dry brushing the colors on, to bring out the texture. And if I get a little bit too much somewhere, I just go back over it with the gray or with a brown or different shade, or I might even cover it up with some of the moss, that I mix up. But this kiwi color is actually my favorite for bringing out the texture in the bark. So I spray painted the whole thing. Actually used a camouflage paint, and went ahead and put a layer of spray paint on to get my base color down. And once I get this color all on, whoops, did I put some on the window? I'll have to go back and clean the windows up. Anyway, once I get my colors put down, then I'm going to work on the roof. But basically, I wanted to get this started so you kind of get an idea of the process of turning this into a, actually making it begin to look like bark. Actually, you can see the texture of the, oops, I just stuck that in a really light color, which I don't want to use, which I guess is okay, because I'll just kind of brush it over the top, maybe for some highlight. But it will hit the ridges, bring out some of the, begin to bring the detail out. So then you start to see that it looks like maybe, a tree that's been sitting in the forest for a while. It's been hidden in the deep primeval forest. And the little chipmunk family has moved in. So I'm going to continue this. I'm not going to do it on camera. I'm going to continue it, and then I'll come back when I start to add the different types of greenery to it, so you can kind of see as it will begin to kind of come alive. And I'm not going to work on the inside. I'm going to completely finish the outside, I think, before I work on the inside. But I just wanted to start putting a feeling for the process. So it's just a scrumbly brush, and I'm using shades of grays and greens, and just trying to camouflage this original paint and get some texture in it so it looks like a tree trunk. Basically, that's what I'm going to continue to do until the whole is painted, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how I add the actual moss at that time. Alright, so I will see you shortly. All right, now I have highlighted pretty much the whole thing. Any of the bark areas. I may come back and touch them up later, but not, I mean, they're okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create my roofs for here, and then I want this here to have the same brickwork as I have down there. So any of these flat places that I didn't paint, excuse the dogs, are going to have the brickwork. All right, that's the next thing.